The views and opinions of the hosts and guests are their own and do not necessarily reflect the views of the management and staff of Guardian Radio.
Just sign in and have a seat, please. They'll call you in for your x-ray shortly.
That's why they call it a waiting room. You won't have that problem at 4th Terrace Diagnostic Center or Imaging at Grosvenor. We never schedule multiple appointments, so you'll be in and out in no time. And if your initial screening reveals a concern, our radiologist can conduct an alternative screening right then and there. Call 328-8157 to schedule an appointment at 4th Terrace Diagnostic Center or Imaging at Grosvenor today.
Saxon and the Valley, Rush music makers one family. Saxon and the Valley, Rush music makers one family. Saxon and the Valley, Rush music makers one family. Saxon and the Valley, Rush music makers one family.
They're coming! Oh, it's been knocking down out of my town. On to Bay Street with the jumping new plan. Saxon at the rhythm, licking them goatskin drum. The Valley boys on the brass, hitting the rubber bum bum. I'm a bohemian, I'm proud to be one. Saxon and the Valley, Rush music make.
Good morning and welcome to Guardian Radio AM. Of course, this is C.A. Newry. Just an hour ago, I was holding on for Aaron Green, and on the clock, we are talking Junkanoo, Saxon in the Valley, music makers and family. We are analyzing. We're doing an analysis of the press release that the JCNP issued. My cousin, I have a lot of cousins. Newry's go around a lot. Kendanique text me, vexed at it, said, you need to talk to the PR. I said, man, y'all could call into the show. The numbers are 323-6232, 325-4316, 325-4259. If you're calling from the Family Islands, it's 242-300-5720. I letting anyone talking to. I interrogating them, but letting them. Kennedy, call the show. Don't text me. I on the air. I'm busy. I analyzing the Saxon. The Saxon is telling nothing. What I want Kennedy to answer me. See, I live. Y'all Russian? I want to know if y'all come December 26th, if the Saxon, Miss Saxon, I want to know if y'all Russian. It's either yes or no. Tell me. Not this cloak and dagger where I have to be honest. Just say yes, we Russian, and I can move on. Saxons, yes, Kendanique, call the show and tell the people that, yes, we are Russian. And so we can move on from that. But I can answer your text, your WhatsApp later on after the show. It ain't going to be during time. You got to call 323-62. Tell John, call. The Williams. Or Dion. Dion knows my number now. He called me round before. Tell him to call. We live. Let's go to the caller there before I go to the next letter there, Kermit. Go ahead, caller. Guardian Radio AM. You live, caller.
With you, Newry.
How you doing, man?
I'm holding. I have a little situation in which need to be reconciled by the minister for around here. What's his name? Do you know? For Mason?
I forget, but I know you talk.
Yeah,
That's Jomo. That's not Jomo.
He need to do something.
That's Jomo. That's Jomo.
Jomo.
Yeah.
Jomo, right. Jomo need to do some of these people that are squatting and doesn't have any toilet, okay? Mm-hmm. Now do something with it, because the thing is, my place costs $44, and I don't need anybody to be throwing human waste in my yard because they doesn't have any toilet and they don't have the rights to be living around here because they are squatting. Mm-hmm. Other thing is, right? Mm-hmm. Jomo really got to get around here. Around here, nasty. Spence Street off Mason's Edition, nasty. Jomo, do something about around here. And the people who don't have rights to be living around here, squatting, have them to move. Mm-hmm. Okay? Have them to move, because it's indecent. It's nastiness, Jomo. Thank you, Campbell, of course.
Yes, and I appreciate your call. There is a concern. I know that Laroda, is it Laroda? Yeah. He is doing a petition to make sure these landlords, landlord, make sure there's no these shanty landlords. So hopefully when this initiative start, it'll correct all of that issues. Let's go to the call.
You need to hurry up, do it.
Yeah, I agree.
Thank you.
Yeah, man, of course. In response to, let me hang up this thing, to the JCNP press release, there was a press release by the National Junkanoo Committee, right? I like the logo. I like the NJCP. JCNP logo too. It's a public clarification statement. Junkanoo remains on track for season. It's October 31st, 2025, issued by the National Junkanoo Committee Secretariat. We have a whole secretariat for Junkanoo? Interesting. The National Junkanoo Committee, NJC, has noted recent media reports suggested uncertainty surrounding the upcoming 2025 Junkanoo parades. The NJC wishes to assure the public, participants, and sponsors that the national parades remain firmly on schedule and preparations are well underway across the Junkanoo community. That means everybody pacing and ready. Nobody say, man, I ain't rushing no more. They pacing and they on time, right? So contrary to the reports, right, the major Junkanoo groups have not communicated any decision to withdraw from the upcoming Boxing Day or New Year's Day parades. That means they keep in the seed money. That's Saxons and the Valley, music makers and family. Well, one Valley, because they didn't give the money to that 1958 Valley. But most of them who get the money, they are prepared to rush. Like I say, everybody is rushing. Let me finish this, right? So it's contrary to the reports, the major Junkanoo groups have not communicated any decision to withdraw from the upcoming Boxing Day or New Year's Day parades. In fact, Junkanooers across multiple organizations are currently in the shacks building, designing, and preparing to bring their music, costumes, and creativity to Bay Street this Christmas season. Major sponsors remain fully committed to the Junkanoo parades and continue to explain JC's management and coordination of this year's events. Both sponsors have reaffirmed, we have major sponsors, they're talking about the both major sponsors. The both sponsors who where the government secures a majority shareholders on two of them, both sponsors have reaffirmed their intent to fully participate and support the successful staging of the parades. The NJC remains focused on ensuring a safe, fair, and transparent parade experience that celebrates the rhythm, unity, and artistry of Bahamian culture. The committee continues to engage with all Junkanoo leaders, so that means they're talking to them often, and community partners to ensure inclusivity and collaboration throughout the process. Junkanoo belongs to the people. See? To see why I had to support the government? Because they didn't say Junkanoo belongs to the JCNP and the Junkanoos. This is where my problem came in. When they said Junkanoo don't belong to us, the parade don't belong to us, and I had to become a nationalist. So Junkanoo belongs to the people. NJC is committed to ensuring that the sound of the drums, horns, and car bells fill Bay Street this Christmas on New Providence, and they have for as they have for generations. And that. Let's go to the callers. My God, look how much callers. Let's go to the first one, Kermit. Guardian Radio AM with CA Newry. Go ahead. You're live, caller. Go to the next one. Guardian Radio AM with CA Newry. You're live.
CA.
Hey, how you doing? Thanks for calling back.
Yeah, the Grammy boy. Listen, I trying to make this thing as short as possible so we can talk about something else in your 2 hours because you're doing an excellent job of exposing the facts. And you're taking it line by line. Notice, only 2 people called in to make sense this morning when it comes to this JCNP thing. That was me and another caller. C. Allen and Cleveland, I'm trying to turn this thing into politics, but we tell them long time, it's not about politics. It is not. That's why they're having a hard time getting their words out. It's not political. This thing has been dead, CA Newry, for a couple of weeks now, you know. Only the JCNP is making noise, like for their prize, because a democratic process was taken with the government and the JCNP members, and in that democratic process, the Junkanoos decided to go with the NJC. So what all the bickering about? That's democracy. They have no more confidence in the leadership of the JCNP. That's why they voted that way. Thanks for taking Grammy Boy God.
Thank you very much. Let's move on to the next caller there, Kermit. Guardian Radio AM, you live?
Cecil Newry.
How you doing?
I'm wonderful.
This
Cecil.
Kennedy?
How are you?
This Kennedy?
Kennedy Campbell.
How you doing, Kennedy Campbell Morse? Let me ask you a question.
Go ahead,
I had
Cecil.
6 texts said ask Kennedy one question. If she can't answer that, we can't continue. The Saxons Russian come December 26th?
The Saxons will rush anytime there's a parade that is called.
You see that? And people come say, no, the Saxons ain't Russian. You hear from, if Kennedy said with the Saxons, it's gospel because people concerned. People could declare that it's official on this show that Kennedy has declared that the Saxons will rush. Will rush. Just it. Will rush come December 26th. Go ahead, Kennedy. What do you call about?
Cecil, that's not a declarative. But I want to.
No, pause. You got to stop now. No. You can't. No. We got to go back. You got to go back. We got to go back. The declarative. So I got to go ask the question again.
Ask the question again, Cecil.
Will the Saxons rush come December 26th?
At what time?
What do you mean what a time? You Junkanoo. You was a host. I mean, I know you could be hosting this year because there's a different group in charge. But I mean, you're a host.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, everybody.
I would know if the Saxons Russian. I just want to know.
Everybody else got a contract with me. Everybody else.
You can't always get a contract.
Isn't that amazing and obvious?
I had a contract since the government changed, but I ain't complaining.
Cecil,
My point is, will the Saxons rush?
You'd have to ask the Saxons.
You don't know Saxons?
Maybe not. You know.
They exclude you from the information?
If they was, hey, that's a good one. I like that one for me, Cecil.
But go ahead. Let's talk about the JCNP. Since you talking, we represent the JCNP.
Cecil, I don't represent anyone, but I would like it to be said, right, Cecil?
So you want a part of the JCNP?
I sit on the JCNP as a member of the Saxon Superstars that was sent there by Mr. Toby Austin and Gregory Clark.
Now talk.
But I'm saying this to you, without any frill, without any fluff. Let us be clear in our deliberations, Cecil. If you say to me that there is a bill that is supposed to be presented, there's a way that bills are supposed to be adjudicated in any free-thinking society. This has nothing to do with putting anyone over the next person. If I've been doing something, if you and I are in a relationship, Cecil, you and I are husband and wife or boyfriend and girlfriend, and you decide, Cecil, that you are going to leave me, or you don't want anything else to do with me, shouldn't you and I have this conversation, Cecil? Shouldn't you say that to me as opposed to you going and telling somebody else? When the conversations were being had about the bill and about everything else, was the JCNP invited to the conversation? And I want us to be very mindful of this, right, Cecil? Because I know they don't like me anyway, and that's fine. Everybody ain't going to like you. And that is okay. But if you say to me, nothing will happen between now and 2026, let your word be your word. If you say to me, Cecil, this organization, you've been doing it for 20-plus years, shouldn't we have been invited to the conversation? And not only should we have been invited to the conversation, right, Cecil? There's a way to do things and a way to do things in decency and honor. You don't treat people like that, Cecil, that have been vested in the culture. And if this is about the authority, I have nothing but the authority since then. It's now seemingly that it's the NJC. It's an NJC thing. So if it's an NJC thing, what about the JCNP? Why couldn't we work in tandem? Why does it seem like an ambush as opposed to a resolution and a camaraderie? Junkanoo isn't supposed to divide us, Cecil. I want you to be mindful of the fact that we line up outside of the venue house. That is where slaves were sold, your ancestors and mine.
I still vexed about Fox Hill, the free town of Fox Hill. Hold on, I got to stop you because you bring the venue house and you evoke the spirit of the Africans. You know, as a Pan-African, I heard we in Fox Hill we call brimstone and fire for the NJC, but what they did to us in Fox Hill. No, what y'all do to us, we will not tolerate. The people of Fox Hill vex. We will not tolerate the JCNP. We call on our ancestors to bring them down.
Cecil, you got the wrong information. You do an emotional Junkanoo.
My point is, did the JCNP stop? Did the JCNP stop? Just truthful. Just no, yes. Did the J? No.
You have to let me answer the
question. I asked him again. I can ask the question again. I can ask the question again. Did the J? I can ask the question again. Let me ask the question. Did the JCNP tell the Junkanooers don't rush for Fox Hill?
That is an emphatic lie.
Okay, just making sure.
That is a lie. That is not what happened, Cecil.
Just making sure you say it on the record. Just making sure, because I didn't see them rushing.
Let me tell you something.
Someone stopped them from rushing.
Open to the general public.
Who stopped them from rushing? Who stopped them from rushing? Who stopped the Junkanoo them from rushing?
Cecil,
I want to ask a question. Who stopped?
I'm trying to answer you.
Who stopped them from rushing? Tell me name.
For me to answer you, there was no one person, Cecil. The NJC is not a part of what we were doing.
Fire and brimstone for all of them then. Fire and we in Foxhill call fire and all the ancestors. I say, blow them away, ancestors. Annihilate them. We in Foxhill hurt. We hurt.
Sensational journalism.
Of course, I'm a sensationalist. I am a sensationalist, and I'm calling, I invoke in the spirit, Lord, the ancestors, I pray that they eradicate them from Junkanoo altogether. Eradicate them.
You're being disingenuous.
I being sincere. I being sincere because we hurt in Foxhill. You ain't care about my feelings. You ain't care about my feelings.
How many of y'all is buy a ticket to come to the parade?
Bohemians is buy a ticket to come to the parade. Bohemians is buy tickets. Now you want to punish us, Bohemians. Why you want to punish us?
You talking foolishness.
Why you want to punish us? Don't punish us.
You buy contact? Do you come to the shack and say this?
You trying to say Junkanoo's not for us? Junkanoo's only for y'all? Junkanoo belongs. It's a tripartite. Yes, that's where I want you get. It's for you trying to exclude me.
Cecil, you're being disingenuous.
No, you trying to exclude me.
You're being trapped.
No, you trying to exclude me. But I can let you talk. Even though you're trying to exclude us, Bohemian people, you ain't want us Russian folks. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
When the decision came down to not go to Foxhill,
and we cried in Foxhill. My God, we cried. We cried.
Will everybody suffer cry? Everybody suffer cry.
Nobody care about our emotions. We watching y'all don't care about us. We watching y'all.
Cecil, but Cecil, I watching y'all plagiarize me. I watching y'all totally disregard me.
Who's y'all?
Watching you bastardize me every time you have a birthday party or something you want to jump.
I don't celebrate birthdays.
Y'all to pay. Y'all have a problem with that too. But how many of y'all buy a ticket? How many of you know how?
All Bohemians buy tickets.
Garbage juice.
How do y'all? Who buy the tickets for? Who buy the tickets for Bay Street? Who is buy the tickets for Bay Street? I'm asking a question. Who is buy the tickets for Bay Street?
You're trying to talk over me.
No, you just say we Bohemians don't buy the tickets. I asked him who's buy the tickets.
Cecil, and if Junkanoo was marketed properly, you have a global marketing outreach.
Anyway, the people them say don't hang up. They want to hear you some more. They don't want to hear about Foxhill people. I don't want you to hang up. Let them know that we're related, by the way, because people might think I'd be mad at you. Let them know we're family for true.
I will let the people know that we are family for true.
Oh, okay. Don't hang up. They say let you talk some. No, man. They say let you talk some more. On the next side of this commercial break, I can give you a full 5 minutes without me talking at all.
All right.
So you could just run out. I still vex in Foxhill. I didn't call the spirit, the ancestors, to just blow you all down. You all believe that we don't pray. But let's go to the commercial break. We're talking to Kendanique Moss. Kendanique Moss is on the board for Campbell Moss.
Forget the Moss.
Forget the Moss altogether. Campbell. She's on the board of the JCNP. She's given her some opinions on it. She's a die-hard Saxon. I was saying, wondering if they include her on some information. I'm going to let her speak for a good 5 minutes without interrupting her. Right? I didn't make up my mind. I for the Bohemians. Junkanoo belong for the Bohemians. I don't care about the JCNP or the Saxon Valley Boys. Only the Bohemians I worry about. And the ancestors. But we're going to come back and we're going to let Kendanique talk some more. Give a whole full 5 minutes without me saying a word. We'll be right back.
Prodigal sons, fancy dancers, let's go! Foxhill Canvas,
Are you searching for something new? Something exciting? Your dream job in paradise? Well, look no further. Royal Beach Club Paradise Island is hiring. Join a dynamic group of passionate hospitality professionals, craft unforgettable moments, and thrive in a vibrant, welcoming atmosphere. Play your part in shaping the future of our team while growing your own career every day. Bring your energy, your passion, and your creativity to a workplace that's as dynamic and fun as you are. At Royal Beach Club Paradise Island, the opportunities don't just exist. They're limitless. So are you ready to find your perfect fit? Visit Royal Beach Club at paradiseisland.com/career to a world of exciting possibilities.
Love the show? Want to give your support? Become a sponsor today. Call 302-2300 for our rates and packages. That's 302-2300. Become a sponsor on Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Fresh news, smart talk, all day.
Saxon and the Valley, Rush music makers on Valley. Saxon and the Valley, Rush music makers on Valley.
Ancestors, I pray that you keep me calm as I allow Kendanique Morse Campbell. I keep on getting this thing, Kendanique Campbell, to speak for 5 minutes uninterrupted. I want to read this, Campbell, and then you could just respond for the full 5 minutes. I ain't going to talk at all. So, is the proposal by the JCNP, is this participation for all the groups, even those who supported the NJC, or only for that selected group of Junkanoo? And I know you're part of the board, so you're aware of what it is. And I will be quiet. You can respond to that. I see I have a number of callers, and I say, no, this is Kendanique time, because I promised to let her. Go ahead, Kendanique.
Cecil, again, Junkanoo belongs to everyone in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, and Junkanoo is not concentrated to Nassau, that is 7 by 21. I say emphatically, victimization is very real. So even as I speak now, and Junkanoo is supposed to be free trade and free for all, I know that there may be people that will not hire me to do certain things, despite me being the very best at what I do. They will still say around the table, oh, we're not going to hire her because of her opinion or because of how she is. Because I may be the person that says things that nobody else is prepared to say. But that is my lot in life, and I am fine with that. And God will always make sure that I eat and that I am provided for. But I will say this to you, Cecil. The JCNT does not exclude anybody. Everybody that sits in that room for the JCNT has been sent there to do an elected job. We send the people there. You go to, thank you, sir. You go to the meetings, you make your contribution. We have rules, we have regulations, we have parade committee, we have events, we have design committee. We all sit in that room. It's a collective, it's the Saxons, one family, Genesis. Everybody sits in that room. If I am your elected official in that particular room, Cecil, I am supposed to be able to make and adjudicate decisions that you have sent me to make. When you have an MP, you don't ask the MP every single time you make a decision, oh, why did you make that decision? The decision is made on for the betterment of the group, for the betterment of the parade. Junkanoo belongs to all of us. All of us. When we line up on Bay Street outside the venue house, when we are ready to traverse the boulevard coming off of George Street, we don't see no individuality. Somebody say, Kenny, what you have in this bag? You have any candy? Yeah, man, you want this candy? That's fine. The tribalism comes in when it's time for the competition. Everybody wants this fake fame. Junkanoo fame is not real fame. Because outside of Junkanoo, anybody know who you is? Nobody. But I want us to remain steadfast in our thinking. Our ancestors and Junkanoo were supposed to unite us. This is never supposed to tear us apart the way that it's doing. And everybody that is doing it should cry shame. There's too much individualism. There's too much selfishness in it. Everybody's supposed to sit to the table and come up with an idea. Not you make your idea to Village Road, and then you come over here and show the sheet and you tell me what it is that you can do, and then jam it down my throat, and that's it, and you just suck it up and take it. It's supposed to be a collective idea. And again, I say to you, Cecil, victimization is real. And they will probably never hire me to do a job, and that is okay. I can still eat. But Junkanoo is never supposed to be this nasty. It's supposed to unite us. And everybody that is pulling and humming and hauling, they should be ashamed. I cry shame on you. Because this is not what Junkanoo is. When we rush and only sponge, when we rush and only newspaper. I started Junkanoo as a little girl in the Sac since I was 3 years old. 3. I am 49 today. I am 49 years old, Cecil. Junkanoo has never come to this. Junkanoo is about harmony, it's about love, it's about, hey, this what you bring the bashi, this all you bring, we can love this music. Junkanoo is illusions, tricks. Wow, how you do that? That's what Junkanoo is. Not what we see now. I have many friends that are of different Junkanoo persuasion. I always tell in the Valley Boys them, y'all got this, because y'all had a personal issue and y'all bring it to the public and y'all made it nasty. We tired of y'all. And I don't tell them this behind their back, I tell them this to their face. The man that I love is in charge of the back line for one family. And when one family line up, so running the music, I dancing. And you can't stop me from that. I dance to everybody music because that's what Junkanoo is. But what we are doing, we are killing the mere presence of what Junkanoo should be. And if you don't stand for something, you'll fall. And at some point, you have to fall on your own sword. But how is this the feeling that we go on the Bay Street with? Is this what we should be doing? Is this how we should see Junkanoo? Some of us got the pride and the ego. Pride and ego ain't what Junkanoo is. It's supposed to be about love. It's supposed to be about harmony and music and costuming and traversing the boulevard. When you see the feathers and the lights, that's what you're supposed to be excited. You're supposed to listen to my voice and say, welcome to the islands of the Bahamas. Junkanoo in your belly. That's what you're supposed to be feeling, Cecil. Not trying to figure out, well, if I can cocksucker this one or the next one to get what I need to get. That ain't what Junkanoo is, Cecil.
Okay, Miss Campbell. Now let me put some questions to you.
What the questions, Cecil?
You were on the board, the JCNP.
Yes, I'm a staff at the JCNP, sir. I don't sit on the executive level. I'm a small fry in this box.
Oh, so there's executive level and then they have representatives separate in the JCNP?
Correct, sir.
So
as
the executive board tends to could veto or overrule with the...
No, sir. We tell the on what we want and the on carries
So
it
y'all
out.
equal then? You back on the board. I thought you diminished your position.
Equal.
You diminished
Nobody bigger than the program boss, man. Everybody equal.
You diminished your position. That's why I said I thought you was on the board. You're on the board. All y'all have one vote.
All us equal.
Yes.
Everybody equal.
We're back on the board. The parade that the JCNP is proposing, can every Junkanoo come and participate in that? Even the ones who say, man, I for the NJC? Or this is a vision type thing? Because they list a number of names. They list a number of names.
They list a number of names because these are the people that said that they emphatically designated to come on board. But again, it is open to everybody. So if you decide tonight that you want to be a guardian Kalika and you say that you want to come to Rush, then come.
Next question to you. Has the Saxons group, because you represent the JCNP, have you all had any general meeting yet about any kind of controversy happening yet? A general meeting? Yes.
We have had a general meeting, yes.
Okay. And when was the general meeting? I ain't gonna ask you what you want to talk about. I just want to make sure.
Good morning. We've had 4 general meetings.
With all the groups. Okay. And
within those meetings we've had the section leaders. So that answers your question.
So, no, I am not talking about the section leaders meeting. No, I'm talking about a general meeting for everyone.
At the general meeting, the section leaders are present.
Okay. So, at this general meeting, everyone have concluded that, yes, come December 26th, Saxon's rushing.
We have not all decided that, no.
I mean, you all have meeting, you only had no one raise their hand and say, yes, we rushing.
You do understand that some things are being forced on your throat, right?
Oh, I know. I just talking about democracy. I mean, general meeting, y'all voted, and the majority of the people say be Russian, or no, the majority of the people say be doing something else. There's been
no decision. But as it stands right now,
any voting type thing? Say, hey, let's vote on this.
We haven't decided to come to a vote as yet. No
chance that Saxon may not show up.
There's a chance that the world may end tomorrow.
The world ending tomorrow?
There's a chance.
But let's say the world ain't gonna end. So there's a chance that Saxon may not show up.
I'm sorry, that's one of my sororities. There's a chance that your wife might cook this evening too.
Wait, what you mean she gonna cook? She gotta cook.
There's a chance that Kendra may not cook this evening.
No, she gotta cook. I hungry?
She has to cook.
I hungry? You don't let hungry man go out look for food. No, there's people to cook for them.
You know how that goes.
Yeah. Good morning, CA. I totally agree. It's ridiculous. Valley boys mess this all up like a bunch of toddlers throwing a tantrum, right? This next test says, I actually guess how much meetings the government had and the JCNP chairman don't come. He always sending John, the PR man, where he supposed to be in attendance.
I can't speak to that. You'd have to ask Chairman Dion Miller. I can't speak for Dion. I can speak for me.
Yes.
I can speak for me.
The government invite you to any meeting recently?
The government doesn't invite me to any meeting, and I don't think, based on the people that are there around the table, that they will even give me a job.
You want me to speak on your behalf? You know I have to.
No.
No?
No.
You don't want me to?
No. What's for me I can get.
God is good. I truly appreciate you calling, cousin. I have
Cecil.
Hey.
Cecil, this isn't individualism. And if it's about the authority, I hear the word authority mentioned in the last 5 months. One thing I keep hearing is the NJC.
Mm-hmm.
So if that's what they can do, that's what they can do.
They didn't tell you when the bill is going to come to Parliament or anything?
They said October 8th, eh? And that's what they say?
They say October 8th.
What did they say then?
The last time they said a date, Fox saying had no Junkanoo.
What's today's date, Cecil?
I just try to remember Foxhill Day. That's why I'm having flashbacks. But I know we ain't had no jungle last
You
time.
talking Foxhill Day? Everybody got a contract, Cecil. See what you could do. I'm the voice of Jungle. See what you could do for me, Cecil.
I can make a phone call.
Make a phone call, Cecil, because in high school, see high.
Yes. Maybe if you lower your fees, they could hire you.
No, sir, because they say who they want pay.
There you go. Cousin,
my fee is my fee.
I was speaking to Miss Kendanique Campbell, who is a voice on the JCNP committee, representing the Saxon Superstars, right?
The mighty Saxon Superstars, the 4 straight winning Saxon Superstars. You missed.
You ain't gonna be 4 straight no more.
Oh my God!
I'm just letting you know, if you don't show up from Bay, someone else can take the crown.
Someone else may take it.
There you go. There you go. Thank you very much again, cousin. Let's go to the next callers. Callers, correct. Pass your next caller. I've been talking to Kendanique for a while, so let these people get their chance to talk. Go ahead, caller.
Golly, this is Stark. You know, it's along with you, Cecil.
I'm doing well. I was trying to be patient. You know, I tend to interrupt people at times, so I hopefully allow Kendanique that 5 minutes. Just full. Go ahead. You're live. Go ahead. Freeman, you gone? Freeman gone mid-conversation.
Turn it down.
Okay, you live, caller. Go ahead.
Good afternoon, CA Newry. How are you today?
I am passionate today. I'm invoking the ancestors today.
So am I. You are absolutely correct. When the JCMP came on national radio and told those junkinos they rush and Foxhill, they'll have penalties.
People forget.
No, I listened to that because you had a whole show on that.
I was vexed.
All right.
I live Foxhill.
Now they're saying that that didn't take place.
That's what he's saying. They didn't take place.
Yes, it did. All right. All the Bahamians, for clarity for the Bahamian people, listen. Who caused the JCMP to be what they are today? As far as who created the JCMP?
Well, they said they would always existed, but Perry Christie wanted something bigger, grander. Right? So he evoked them. Say, hey, let me give you a mandate. Your only mandate is to manage the parade. They have now morphed into something different, which is cool. Things happen.
Yeah.
But the idea of managing the parade is something that government gives you the authority to do.
Yeah. All right. Government gave them the authority to manage the parade, right?
Yes.
That's what you said.
Yes.
Not own the parade.
Not to own the parade.
And why is it now the JCNP as if they have no rules that applies to them? As if nobody else got a say except for the JCNP. So why isn't it that the JCNP hasn't bought the bleachers, hasn't have the light structures and all that for Junkanoo to continue on Bay Street? If they're supposed to be the one managing, why is the government still managing that?
Government pays it, and then the JCNP manages it afterwards. That's how we get the tickets.
I glad how you intellect and how you told that intellect this morning. You asked the hard question and they were answering the correct way. Because, you can't continue to spew foolishness on the radio to suit your needs. Right is right and wrong is wrong. Okay? But at the end of the day, the Bahamian people, like you say, owns the parade, along with getting incentives from the government and their personal sponsors.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So I think if I was any government, I would disband the JCMP because they're acting like it's them that owns the parade and they take care of all the finance for the parade. Okay?
Well, disband is a strong word. They have separated their partnership.
I mean, what would you call it? Sponsoring.
Okay. Yeah. I appreciate you. I appreciate you, Carl.
Thank you, man.
I support the JCNP having their own separate parade. I endorse that. If they need help, I'm willing to put my shoulder towards the wheel and say, I will help you whatever I can. Come on the show and talk and promote your separate parade. I support it on Bay Street. Or if it's going to be on Bay Street, it can't be the time when the government is having the national parade. That's just my position. You can have it after that. And then if you need airtime, I can help control Dwight to say, man, give him some free airtime. Let him promote it. It got to be successful. I'm willing to do that. But you can't interrupt the national parade. Let's go to the next caller. Guardian Radio AM. Go ahead, caller.
My caller dropped.
Hello? Yeah, you go ahead.
But you know what I was telling Willa from that time? Don't get into government. Don't let government get into our business because we was doing fine from we was little children as Mason's Edition boys, the Saxons, okay? We were doing just fine, and we still doing fine. I don't see why some people want the government to get into our business. It's because they're selfish and they want money for themselves. Okay, they got to remember, we doesn't ask for anything, we don't get anything, and we takes care of ourselves with drunkenness and whatever. So y'all behave.
I guess to the next caller. This text says Junkanoo should never be political. I don't think Junkanoo is political. I think this is a policy decision. Political is what's happening now with this forward, where they accusing the JCNP with all kind of things. That's political. What is happening now is government issuing policy. We need to use the right wording. So the texter who's saying Junkanoo should never be political, you say government should not do policies, which is ridiculous. Don't make no sense. So government can't manage light, water, health care, but they want to interfere with Junkanoo. I have been with experts that Bahamians can't manage these things. It's not the government. It's that we inept. But all that semantics, whatever it is. I see what you're trying to do, caller, but no. Let's go to the next caller there, Kermit. Go ahead. Guardian Radio AM. We have 2 hours talking about Junkanoo, the JCNP, the letters. We analyzed the entire letters, right? We found that they all get rushed. But then we had a call there from that Junkanoo representative on the JCNP. Was saying, that's what it is. The wording wasn't clear. It was, yeah. But let's go call him.
You know, just see Alan Johnson. I do have your constitutional answer, but let me ask you 3 questions, okay? And then I'll answer you in a few minutes. But for Nana Boy, you never hear me mention NJCP or whoever had a right. I've always argued for the third option. And that third option is to allow our festivals, including Junkanoo and everything else, whether it be Regatta, Rake and Scrape, Gumbe, to belong to a sovereign entity, to be run and managed and funded for the benefit of the human people. The third option, okay? Now, my question to you, are you ready for this?
Mm-hmm.
Who collects the money for the bleachers? Government does or somebody else do? And then I ask, who owns the other things?
Government paid.
No, you can answer later. Okay. Your constitutional question, right? My other question before I answer your constitution. Do I have a right to assault you except in your yard?
That's one of the rhetorical questions?
No, because the Constitution protects you from me. And I say, you show me in the Constitution, I don't have a right to assault you. You said, I'm going to show you I have a right to go to Bay Street. Show me in the Constitution that I don't have a right to assault you as long as you're not in your yard. Thank you.
Okay. Let's move on. I don't want no one to insult me. I can't fight. When that thing's happening, get insulted, I just call my cousin. Say, cousin, we're going to war. No, but I don't fight. I just be there to watch. Let's go to the next caller. Guardian Radio AM.
CA.
Hey, man.
Boy, truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth. You just allow my girl, whom I love, candidate, to sit on your show for 5 minutes and being really disingenuous because she is saying things like about the meeting that's supposed to take place between the government and the JCNP's management team. That meeting took place. And when it was found out that Dion, the chairman of the JCNP, had the documents from the NJC for almost 3 months, and Roots and all them in there, the meeting didn't know nothing. So that's being disingenuous. They knew. And every time the government called a meeting, they find out, the time too late, or we can't make it, or this, that, the next thing. And when it comes to the Valley Boys Underhouse and stuff like that, and when Chief Space started up our show, and people like myself called to espouse our views on it, you know what she do? Oh, I can't do that. I can't do that. You want me to get in trouble with the JCNPA. So tell her when she come on the show next time, be honest and be real. Thanks for taking Nana Boy call.
Leave my cousin. She defended her position. And I cool with that. We used to get along. We could row back and forth, but we still family. I had this post from Facebook from Darren. I can say which Darren this is. But he posted and it became viral. I would read a piece of it so the callers could respond to it. So this confrontation has never been about a Junkanoo authority bill. This is simply about right and wrong. The narrative has been skewed. The bill has been used as a ruse to take away from the fact that an organization has been in place for the past 20 years carrying out its duties and executing the Boxing Day and New Year's Day parades. Many have opinions as to what could be done better, but here are the facts. 1. The Valley Boys had an internal problem and made it a public problem. 2. If they wanted an election and their leadership did not, our court system should have been used. After applying to the JCNP as a new entity, part of the process to compete in the parade is that you first exhibit the first parade, then after meeting the requirements, a second parade you can compete. Okay, to clear up any fog, the Way Forward missed the deadline for registration last year and rushed in the F division. Their registration process did not start until this year when they presented their documents before the deadline. These are the same rules that was tested in the court system when the music makers took the JCNP to court after 2022-2023 season, when they found themselves in the observer status, having no voting privileges. And the court ruled in favor of the JCNP because the governing documents were clear as to what and the operating procedures of the JCNP were used for them to get in that position. Fast forward to this year. To circumvent the rules of the JCNP, management has been stripped from the organization. The Way Forward will not have to exhibit if the rules presented by the NJC do not call for it. Many of the groups will not be disqualified because the rules will be altered. Many will not address the matter publicly for fear of victimization or their jobs being in jeopardy for standing up for what is right. Many of the people championing this move either is employed by the government or hoping to find favor when future things surrounding Jokeru manifest. You do not need a bill to introduce a festival style of events leading up to the parade. You do not need a bill to help with preservation of this form of culture. This is purpose of the MOYSC, that's Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture. But if we rewrite the rules instead of getting people to obey what is already in place, what is the purpose of the rules in the first place? This is simply about right and wrong. And again, this is from Darren Novelties on social media. This is trending, going global, all over the place, is being forwarded. So let me read in the records. He put his position on what's happening regarding the JCNP, regarding the government. They're saying egos. Let's go to the caller. Guardian Radio AM. Go ahead, caller. You're live.
Good morning. How are you, Cecil?
Doing well.
Wonderful. This is Mr. Williams from the JCNP.
John! I'm glad you called. I have some questions, but I can let you give a good 3 minutes to talk in first.
No, I don't need 3 minutes. I just wanted to touch on one thing that you said, two things really. You made a very important statement, saying that if the JCNP has a parade, it should not be at the same time. Well, the goal of that parade was definitely not to interfere with the standard parades. Those would not go at the same time as the Boxing Day or the New Year's Day parade. The ministers already stated that any separate parade can't happen at the same time, and outlined in our press statement, it said just that. Also, the thing with the rules and no disqualification, etc., the JCNP rules are in place to ensure quality parades, right? Persons who are being disqualified or who were being disqualified for several reasons, right? And a lot of these persons who are talking about they don't want disqualification and sort like that, they've not been to these parades for about 5-6 years. They don't show up. And if you don't have that, you have persons who put in the time, put in the effort, put in the hours, and you're going to have them on the same level as persons that do not. And that is just simply not fair. Removal of these rules and stuff like that creates a watered-down parade, and the fans would just not be satisfied with that. You know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to touch on those 2 points, but I'm here to listen to any questions that you have.
And I appreciate you, and thanks for calling in. I tell people, you call me one time so we can ask the questions.
Yeah, I was listening to Kenny while she was talking.
That's my good cousin. He's right back and forth. You should see us on WhatsApp going back and forth. Question. In the letter, the note, the press release, You said that the JCMP will allow or support, this is my words, forgive me for it, right? And support the government in their endeavors, because you're separating, and of course the NJC in their endeavors, right? Your group is made up of a number of major groups. How will the JCNP interfere, pressure these groups that are members of your organization from not supporting the National Junkanoo Parade?
No, and we've not given any indication that we do so. The thing is, as you said, the JCMP is made up of the groups. The JCMP acts on behalf of the groups. The JCMP doesn't act independently of them. So anything that the JCMP issues, states, or stands on is something that is put to the table. It is voted on, is discussed, and voted on, sometimes repeatedly. And the JCMP carries out the act and the wishes of its members. So I need people to understand that the executives of the JCMP, specifically the chairman, Dion Miller, does not make decisions on his own. He doesn't wake up in the morning and say, you know what, the JCMP is going to step down. And then everybody tries to figure out, okay, well, when did this happen? That is not the case. We only carry out the wishes and the desires of the members. Now, all of the members may not agree on those, but this is what life is like in a democratic state.
You are a member of the JCNP. I mean, you serve as the public relation, but you are on the board. That's correct?
Correct.
Okay. You represent the Valley Boys, the 1958 Valley Boys on the board?
Yeah, well, I was voted in as PR, so I'm an executive. I'm also a representative, yes, for the 1958.
This is my question. Do you know if the 1958 Valley Boys, as your representative of them, right, would they be rushing come December 26th with the I don't know the group are called, NJC?
I cannot say what is going to happen. I can tell you that every Junkanoo group.
Are you preparing?
And we've never stopped preparing.
Just making sure
every Junkanoo group is preparing. I can say that these groups support the JCNP and support the parade that the JCNP is going on. We've said it publicly. We've said it in press conferences. It's been listed in our press statements. As time goes on, we will see what happens. I'm hoping that whatever planned meetings that's supposed to happen, and we go from there. But everybody is still preparing. I mean, at the end of the day, the only thing we want is our culture to prevail, and we have good, clean competition in whichever form or fashion that it exists.
Right now, the JCNP is in preparation. You said that you plan to form a conclave inside the press release, right? To have a separate rush. That's happening. We're not deliberating that if it may happen, you can have a separate parade.
Well, we can only hope, and if you see again outlined in the press statement, we can only hope that we are granted the permission and allowance to have this parade, because I mean, the best place for Junkanoo to be is in the streets, and I can tell you that we have applied to parade on Bay Street as well.
No. You can't be on Bay Street. You can't be on Bay Street. You got to find some place. I say Gladstone Road is a good place. You ain't gonna be on Bay Street.
Why do we have to be on Gladstone Road?
Well, you can choose any place you want to go. You could be on Market Street.
You can, and anywhere that we go, the people will come.
Yes,
but
don't mess up Bay Street.
Why we can't apply to Bay Street?
No. Bay Street is a range from when they erect the bleachers to when they put it down. That's for the National Junkanoo Parade. You just need to find a separate spot. Now, I can support you. I know Munster.
Understood.
I might disagree, but that doesn't mean I don't like you all in general.
Right. Understood. Of course.
It can't be on Bay Street.
Understood.
It to where you want to put it. You say, Newry, I have it someplace else, and I will put my shoulders to the wheel and help you whatever I will. But me, if you say it's gonna be on Bay Street, you can see I put my sword, come out with my sword again, and say, no, it ain't gonna happen.
Well, I'll tell you, we applied for permission.
They ain't say no yet?
Places. To yet, we've gotten no response.
How many places have you applied for?
Several places. Okay. I can't remember all of them.
No, you don't got to be specific, because these people.
No, it's couple. No, it's couple.
Okay.
But we don't want persons to feel as though we didn't make an effort to go to Bay Street.
Good. No problem. I cool with that.
Yeah, man.
This parade Is it going to be a people's rush or going to be a full-fledged parade-ish type thing?
When you say people's rush, you mean persons joining in, or are we taking away certain things?
You could
that
separate
are
it in different like y'all just had a big rush out practice on by the old driver's place.
Right.
Different groups rush, but that was a people's rush. It wasn't organized. Like
it was organized, but it was specific practice style.
Yeah.
The separate parade that we plan to do would be a regular parade with competition and all of the sorts, costuming and everything.
You have costuming too?
Yes, sir.
So you're saying that your membership grouping can create and form two different parades with two sets of costume, or they don't have to be two sets of costume, but you could have two different parades. You all believe you all have the wherewithal to do it?
Well, we'll have to see, but I mean, according to what we want to do, it would be a regular parade.
Let's talk about the wherewithal, because I see the live right to the JCNP and say, man, we like you all, but you all don't look like you all have the wherewithal to bring across the parade. And because of that, they pull their sponsorship. This is my word. You can correct me if I say it wrongly, but this is how I interpret it, right? You all don't seem to have the wherewithal without the government backing to present or pull off a parade.
Well, here's the thing, right? We have enjoyed the partnership with the government for 21 plus years. We have never said that we put on these parades alone. It's an amazing feat to do that, which is why when we initially saw the bill, we said to produce these parades. But we've enjoyed the partnership with the government, and it would be hard to do it without, but it's not impossible.
I like that. Between you and Dion, I like you all for all the JCNP because you always answer me in a forward way. You all know, because I get emotional when I start asking questions.
See, the only thing is, there's no need to get emotional.
I see emotive person.
Shout. Persons like to shout and just throw things out.
It's
only a matter of speaking the facts.
Yes.
And answering the questions plain and straightforward.
Yes. I can invite you again if you have time. I want to talk about the preparation of a second Junkanoo group. Whatever we could talk, because you know in the preambles of it, you can't release all the information. No.
Yes.
But I want to talk about how you can get how you can get the police, how you can get security and
we will work on that just as any other event that happens in the country happens. Any concert, any performance, any carnival parade that is allowed in a country that already has an established...
I appreciate it. That's John Williams from the JCNP.
Yes,
he does PR. We can invite him back and we can talk about the second Junkanoo.
Yes.
This has been Guardian Radio AM with CA Newry. Shivago Lang is next with Z Live.
Have a good day.
Pick up your feet and move that drum and beat the tom tom and can you feel? We don't stand. Let's go. Yes, sir. Arawak invaders, swingers, warriors, crusaders. Arawak invaders, swingers, warriors, crusaders. Arawak invaders, swingers, warriors, crusaders. This kind of rhythm bring people in from far. Michael Jordan, Oprah, and many other stars. Just to see Willa Francis do the ching chang dance. Yes, if you look too long, you will fall into a trance. He's a bohemian and he's proud to be one dancing on the valley.
They'll call you in for your x-ray shortly.
That's why they call it a waiting room. You won't have that problem at 4th Terrace Diagnostic Center or Imaging at Grosvenor. We never schedule multiple appointments, so you'll be in and out in no time. And if your initials are radiologist can conduct an alternative screening right then and there. Call 328-8157 to schedule an appointment at 4th Terrace Diagnostic Center or Imaging at Grosvenor today.
You try to rest, but roll with the best. For all your printing needs, there ain't no one better, no. For posters and banners, magazines and flyers. For window decals, greeting cards and newsletters. No job too big and there's no job too small. You name it, we can print it, just give us a call. Let Print Masters bring your masterpiece to life.
Located in the Nassau Guardian Building, telephone 302-2361.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM, streaming on GuardianTalkRadio.com and the Guardian Radio app, Nassau, Bahamas.